Welcome to Hollywood. Everybody comes to Hollywood, got a dream. What's your dream?
Pretty Woman isn't just a movie you watch. It's a movie you fall into. From the moment it starts, it pulls you into this almost surreal version of Los Angeles. The lights are brighter, the nights feel longer, and somehow, in the middle of all that chaos and glamour, two completely different people find each other in a way that feels kind of magical. The story itself sounds simple when you say it out loud. Vivian Ward, played by Julia Roberts, is trying to get by on Hollywood Boulevard, living day to day with a mix of toughness and humor. Edward Lewis, played by Richard Gere, is a rich businessman who spends his life buying and breaking companies, moving through the world like everything has a price tag. They meet by accident. He's lost, she gives directions. That's it. No dramatic music, no slow motion moment, just two people crossing paths.
You can't charge me for directions.
I can do anything I want to, baby. I ain't lost.
But that's the beauty of it. It doesn't feel like the start of a fairy tale, until it suddenly is. Edward hires Vivian to spend a week with him, and at first, it's exactly what it sounds like, an arrangement. Clear rules, no emotions, no complications. But if movies have taught us anything, it's that the second you say no emotions, emotions are already on their way. And in Pretty Woman, they sneak in quietly, not all at once, but in little moments that build on each other. Like the way Vivian laughs. Really laughs. Like she's not worried about how she looks or who's watching. There's the scene where she's in the bathtub, singing and completely in her own world. It's small, nothing dramatic happens, but it tells you everything about her. She finds joy wherever she can. And Edward, this guy who has everything, just kind of watches her, realizing maybe he's been missing something.
Don't you just love Prince?
More than life itself.
That's what makes their relationship work. It's not just about opposites attracting. It's about two people waking each other up. Vivian brings warmth into Edward's controlled, perfectly organized life, and Edward gives Vivian space to imagine something more for herself. Not just nicer clothes or a fancy hotel, but a different future. One of the most beautiful parts of the movie is the opera scene. It's where everything kind of slows down. Vivian is sitting there, completely overwhelmed, tears in her eyes as she watches the performance. And Edward isn't even focused on the stage. He's watching her. That moment says so much without needing to explain anything. He's not falling for how she looks in the dress. He's falling for how deeply she feels things.
Did you enjoy the opera, dear? Oh, it was so good I almost peed my pants. What?
And that's where the movie really becomes romantic. Not just in a surface level way, but in a deeper, quieter way. It's not about grand speeches or perfect timing. It's about noticing someone, really seeing them. Then comes the turning point. Edward offers her a kind of safety, a place to live, financial security, but without the emotional commitment. And Vivian says no. That's huge, because this is where the movie could have gone the easy route. She could have accepted the comfort, the stability, but she doesn't. She wants more than that.
I want the fairy tale.
She wants to be loved, not just taken care of. And honestly, that's what makes the ending work so well. Edward showing up at her apartment, climbing the fire escape with flowers, it's over the top in the best way. It's the kind of scene that knows it's a fantasy and leans into it completely. But it still feels earned. Because for once, Edward isn't using money or control to solve a problem. He's just showing up. Vulnerable, a little unsure, but trying. And when they finally come together, it doesn't feel like a transaction anymore. It feels like a choice. And that's why Pretty Woman still works all these years later. It's not just about the fantasy of being swept into a different life. It's about the idea that someone can see you differently than you see yourself, and help you believe it. It's about realizing your worth, even when the world tries to define you by something smaller. And yeah, it's romantic. Really romantic. In that big, glowing, movie magic kind of way. The kind with sweeping music, fancy hotels, and unforgettable outfits. But it's also romantic in the quieter moments, in the laughter, in the vulnerability, in the way two people slowly let their guards down. At the end of the day, Pretty Woman isn't just a love story between two people from different worlds. It's about meeting someone who changes how you see your own. And maybe that's why it sticks with people, because underneath the glamour and fantasy, there's something real, something simple. The hope that love, real love, can find you anywhere.